文化在不同的人眼中可能是不同的风景。走进全球外交大使，亲身体验各国的文化瑰宝。
有请看世界的梅青。
当眼眸打开色彩，在蓝白的主色调中，开启了依次渐变的油画基调。当陆地走向海洋，镌刻下“陆止于此，海始于斯”的豪言壮语。当古老与现代相遇，在布满文化遗产的古城街头，与年轻的设计挥手示意。当激情与无为和解，在夜幕降临时，在绵延850公里的海岸线上，在无数个欢呼雀跃之后的恬淡自适，当忧愁与希望告别，在大西洋千万年的冲刷洗涤之下，希望伴随着太阳一次次升起。接下来有请我们今天的文化推荐人。
Hello, my name is Augusto Duarte, and I'm the ambassador of Portugal. And my country is in here.
今天我们的文化推荐人，他的中文名字很特别，叫做杜傲杰先生，欢迎您。还要有请我们今天的文化观察员李李老师，欢迎您。
大家好，我是今天的文化观察员李李。
还有我们的大家很熟悉的我们的嘉宾主持古谦。
那当然呢，也欢迎各位赶快登录我们的官方微博和我们实时互动。待会儿呢，我们会一起解读您最关心的热点问题。
接下来，我想让大家听一首来自葡萄牙的音乐。
Speaking about Fado. Fado is a traditional song from Lisbon, and it characterizes also a world heritage by UNESCO of our music in Portugal. It's a natural identification of the Portuguese soul in a certain way. It's a song about love. It's always generally singing on beautiful poems. It's not something for dancing, it's something for feeling. It's not something that you see on a big show, it's something that you go to a restaurant and you listen and you feel the beauty of the words and the musicality of the Portuguese guitar. So it's something that it belongs to the Portuguese identification and national identification, and that is good.
法多，它是来自心底的声音啊！葡萄牙人很多人喜爱，跟一位很传奇的女歌手有关，是这样吗？
Yes, there is a very special singer in Portugal that she died already, she's already dead, Amália Rodrigues. Amália Rodrigues was a powerful woman, very independent as a character, as a woman, but also very powerful voice and very special soul. She was the one who elevated the power of Fado to sing about the most important poets of Portugal and Europe. With her, she elevated that to the beauty of nobility of poetry. And so she was also the responsible, not just by the voice, but by the character and by the strong soul that she had, to be a very charismatic person. She made a revolution on the way that Fado was perceived before and after in Portugal.
听了您的介绍，让我对这位传奇的女歌手也是很好奇啊。在她自己身上有一些什么样的故事吗？
I have the tragedy at 16 years old, the frustration of my first love. But at 25, I'm in love again. And on 35, I'm deeply in love again. And on 30 and 45, I'm in love again. So this capacity of not being cynical, but devoted to life and loving someone with our devotion, it's the beauty of Fado. She was a woman like that.
但是我们在欣赏这个法多的时候，感觉会有一点淡淡的忧伤啊，为什么会这样呢？
The Portuguese people love Fado, and Fado belongs to our national character. It's the face of tragedy, but the resignation on tragedy. It's the resignation also on destiny. We don't interfere with destiny, we don't interfere with tragedy, we accept that. But accepting that might sound a bit fatalistic for some nations. It is not. We are not dramatic. We don't refuse death or we don't refuse the tragedy. We accept it as part of life. We accept differences. We are open-minded to welcome all the feelings and death and life as part of life. And that's what brings a special meaning to life.
您刚才也说到，说法多会在酒吧呀，我们去欣赏它。我听说还有专门的这个法多之家哈，然后像这种形式，它从来不会在街头表现吗？
No, not really in the street. But who is the human soul all over the world that doesn't want to be loved deeply, profoundly? And this is what comes from the bottom of the heart of these singers. They have to have a powerful voice, but a powerful soul. So people they go out on houses of Fado to have a meal, but every time a Fado singer starts singing, everybody is completely quiet. No movement, nothing. We just listen because we want to feel if she has or not the charisma of transmitting something really deep from the bottom of her heart.
首先，音乐是没有国界的，同时呢，音乐传达的大部分是爱情。有的时候呢，虽然受伤了，但是呢，还敢勇敢的去爱，这是最难得的。
刚才通过大使先生那些介绍，发现一些有意思的现象，就是比如说，在中国也有非常悲伤的一些爱情故事，或者写到诗歌里，但是我们更多的通过文字来体现，其实蛮多的。
就诗词歌赋会。
对，反而因为我们中国人是一个比较内敛的一个民族性格。反而呢，就是像这样这么纵情的释放自己的内心的感受的东西，不是特别的多。但是我们更多的是用文字，我们是一个文字的国家来表达。就是在听刚才法多的时候，我个人的体会是，充满了深邃和忧郁的感觉，这是人类对大海的典型的感觉。反过来我们看中国，我印象特别深刻的就是，比如说我们内蒙的长调。这是一种我们内蒙古民族的民歌，还有陕西的信天游这些。这个歌曲其实也非常具有地理特色，就是它跟面对大海的那种吟唱是完全不一样的。比如说内蒙的歌曲那种长调，是真的，当你到草原上的时候，感觉我确实站得很遥远，必须用一种特别这样深刻的这个呼唤，才能够远方的人才能听见。
而且我觉得音乐啊，像比如说刚才我们说的法多，它形容的都是这个相对比较哀怨一点，或者有一点哀伤的感觉。那天我在电影里看到一句话，他说这个男主人公跟女主人公这样说的，说我们之间能不能有一个幸福的故事？然后这女孩这样回答，她说幸福不是故事，只有不幸才是一个故事。所以说有的时候音乐也好啊，电影也好，它讲述的更多的都是这种有一点点不幸的这种故事。
接下来我要跟大家分享一张照片，我们来看大屏幕。哎，这个小城很特别哈，我还想请我们的大使给我们介绍一下。
It's a town called Óbidos. Óbidos is on the northern part of Lisbon, not far away from Lisbon. It has a huge castle from the medieval times. It's a medieval castle, so it says around 2,000 years, the castle. And there is a nice story because on the 13th century, the King of Portugal, Dinis I, gave this town as a proof of love also to his wife, the Queen of Portugal. So when he got married, it was a gift as a marriage. And after that, this little town became a city or a little village have the queens because it was inherited and it was transmitted and offered by the kings of Portugal, by 5 kings of Portugal to their wives. So it's a village that it's very typical, very traditional, the houses, the councils, the churches, the tiles, everything in the beautiful white and blue like you are today. Yeah.
听说现在还有很多的年轻人会到这个小镇去度蜜月，是这样吗？
It is. Portugal is a very romantic place. I mean, there is a lot of places where people really like to be in love and want to be in love.
这座蜜月之城哈，我们都看到了它的美景。听说在它这里还有一个比美景更加让大家被大家所熟知的一种文化。那我们要一起欣赏一段视频。
But it has a very rich culture. We are very proud to be very open to the differences and the contrasts. We are many peoples that forge what is Portugal nowadays. From Chinese as well, we have many important characters nowadays that are descendants from Chinese in our own culture. And some part of our culture also, identification that we can find in origin and everywhere, is what we are seeing now, which is the Portuguese styles. The Portuguese styles of white and blue, or blue and white. It's something, now we're seeing a train station this is a train station, very beautiful. Train station of Oporto, the second largest city of Portugal. We represent the battles. It's little tiles, like a puzzle that we paint by hand, always in blue and white. That makes also a connection in a certain way with China. In 1508, that we were very much impressed with what we saw in the Chinese porcelain of Guangzhou province, of Guangzhou city. And we started, the Portuguese, to import this porcelain inside Portugal, inside Europe. And so this white and blue impressed, and is now part of our own culture.
我也很喜欢青花瓷。我听说你们把青花瓷翻译成“不入广东”，为什么？
It's true. We call it still nowadays the blue canton. Canton because it's the word in Portuguese, cantão.
蓝色广东。
Cantão to say Guangzhou. And it was always a point of commerce. The Portuguese and the contacts that we had with the Chinese.
即便是在现在，还是会有很多的设计师，他们用中国的房子、中国的塔呀，还有中国的一些元素设计在这个瓷砖上面，是这样吗？
It is. We still nowadays can find with these elements of Chinese identification in our own palaces and churches. Religion nowadays it's tolerant. In the past it wasn't always that tolerance, but integrating the difference of someone that is from China and integrating it in the landscape of our own religion, it's something quite unique. So it's something that shows us also the cosmopolitan mentality of the Portuguese by then, and that above all the Portuguese can be very religious.
这些瓷砖大部分都是蓝色、白色除了这个受到我们中国青花瓷的这个影响之外，我想了解一下你们对蓝色和白色的这个含义是怎么理解的？
Well, white for us it's peace, and blue it's the nobility. Blue it's always a color that is quite glamorous. It's a color that it's a nobility color. It's a peaceful color. So blue and the white, it's the maximum symbol of nobility, wealth, well-being in life.
我看到在早期的这个瓷砖上面呢，大部分表达的是一些宗教的故事。文艺复兴之后， 会有一些人文的一些故事啊，还有一些爱情故事啊，会在上面表现了。
Yes. I mean, the tiles they can represent battles, like we see in the picture. It's battles that represent the battles of Portugal. We are a military society, and we were more a military society in the past. So we like to represent every nation. China does the same. All nations in the world like to speak about our own victories and about our heroes. So we speak about our kings and battles and the one where we were victorious. But it's not just that the tiles represent. Sometimes they represent love stories. They represent religious stories, mythological stories. So we have all kinds of representations. They always tell a story. Generally, it's not just pure decoration. It has a meaning. It has a message.
瓷砖啊，最早好像我记得到这个葡萄牙的时候，一开始先是真的就是现在我们的这个装饰作用，后来呢开始刻画的是一些这个宗教也好、文化的信息。而且呢，我是这个天津人哈，天津有一个建筑物叫这个瓷房子，它很多年了，它是一个法式的小楼，然后呢，它就镶嵌了大概有4000多件的这样的瓷器，7亿多片的这种瓷片碎的，然后都给拼凑在这个房子上。现在呢，也成为一个开放性的一个博物馆了。所以我觉得，首先这个瓷砖的装饰意义特别强。
其实，在我们中国呢，它也有一些载体啊，来表现出承载很多文化的东西。我们中国西南地区的苗族啊，它有个苗绣，苗族身上的那个绣，现在已经据考证呢，它其实都是过去跟中部的那个消失的青铜器的文明是有关的。葡萄牙本身的这个瓷砖文化呢，很多日常生活的内容它也表现，它就已经成了一个葡萄牙人的一种日常的美学，这是一点。第二呢，就像刚才大使先生说的一样，这个地方它本身，因为葡萄牙本身我们知道它是大航海时代的发现者，也可以称之为是欧洲从骑士精神推进到世界精神的一个重要国家，所以它这个地方文化的一个多元和融合，在瓷器上得到了非常好的体现。它这里面有欧洲的元素，有东方的元素，
全世界的元素都在里面，
近东的、远东的，就是包括中国的那些元素都在里面。
接下来我要跟大家再分享一张图片啊。
好，我们看一看啊。
看这个是美食。子谦有猜到是什么吗？
这个看着我好像不是特别清楚，这是
Created me a problem. How can I translate that to English? Well, it's codfish pastry. I mean, it's salted fish that we use. It's a traditional dish in Portugal that we eat from north to south everywhere, and it's a traditional dish in there that we sometimes use for lunch, but sometimes just to grab a bit. And so it's a traditional thing that we can eat everywhere in Portugal.
葡萄牙人为什么会对鳕鱼这么痴迷呢？
It's a traditional thing, you know, that the Portuguese like cod. We don't have cod in our own sea waters. We import all the cod basically from Norway and Canada, but above all from Norway. And we salted it. We dry it, we salted it, we wait some months, and then we boil it and we cook it. Why do we do that? Because with the trips and the voyages that we had to use all over the world, we didn't have refrigerators to keep the food. So keeping a food salted, a meat or a fish, is the best way of preserving it without spoiling it. So you can have the same fish for several months with the same quality.
大使先生，我听到一个说法很震惊啊！听说在葡萄牙，关于鳕鱼的做法有1001种，是这样吗？
Yeah, I don't know if it's that many. I'm not a very good cook. I like to eat a lot, but I don't cook. But it's true that we have the tradition. At least we can make a different recipe of cod fish every day of the year. So from north to south, everyone has its own recipe of how cooking the cod fish.
接下来我也跟大家一起来分享一段 VCR 吧。在这段 VCR 里面呢，我们会看到说他们在吃饭的这个餐桌上会放有餐具，4个杯子。
Tasting, enjoying a nice table, it's beautiful for the eyes, but it's also beautiful for the taste. being and having the capacity of appreciating a good white wine, a good red wine, a good meal, it's also putting you on another level to develop and to be becoming more sophisticated. Sophistication is just not the way just to dress up, it's the way that you feel and that you dedicate also your own senses. The hearing, the seeing, and the tasting.
那在葡萄牙，关于这个餐桌的礼仪有哪些呢？
Well, yeah, some of the table manners were created because when we imported this wonderful China porcelain from China, we started to be more complicated and more conservative with more rules. So yes, we have to put a table with the Chinese porcelain, with the glasses, with the forks and the knives, and everything, and we have strict rules for that. We have to address the table with both hands. We can't put the elbows on the ends. Never in any condition. So we have to embrace the table to be the plate in the middle. Then we have a glass for the water, a glass for the red wine, a glass for the white wine, a glass for the port wine. The water is to drink between the wines, not just because we assert, it's to separate the taste. You drink the white wine first, because the white wine comes with fish generally, and we eat first fish because it's softer. Then we have the meat, and the meat it's stronger, and we eat it with the stronger wine, which is the red wine. And then we have always desserts. The Portuguese love desserts and sweets. You have the port wine to celebrate, to toast with something. It's at the end of the meal that you celebrate and you make a toast. One single toast, not many. One single toast at the end to welcome the guests, to thank them for accepting to be at your own table, and to confraternize, to talk, to make a conversation with friends or family around the table. It's the most important symbol of friendship.
然后刚才在我们的这段 VCR 里面哈，我们看到其实是有4个杯子哈。刚才我们说了3种杯子的用法，还有一种呢。
But it's generally more with the port wine. We can make the wonderful mixture between Hectart and the port wine. It's wonderful. Of course, you can have also that with the coffee.
刚才讲到这个用波尔特酒来配各种点心啊，就是我觉得在葡萄牙的各种点心做的特别的精美。
Yes, we have a lot of sweets. That is quite powerful in Portugal. I mean, we like sugar very much.
在葡萄牙有这么多精美的这个点心啊，听说它的起源跟你们古老的一个习俗有关，是这样吗？
Yes, it's related to a tradition. Basically, it's a religious tradition. The point is that it was basically in the convents that we created the most part of the recipes of sweets that we have nowadays in Portugal, the most traditional sweets. Some of the sweets have 400 years of tradition, the recipe itself. Why is that? We had lots of convents, lots of nuns. The nuns used to pray, to study religion, but also to cook. And too much free time, so you invent recipes. So you have thousands of different recipes. We had many convents, and many women had to go to the convent. We had many children. We didn't have the fortune to afford marriages for all the women. Some of them had to go to convents. Nowadays, women don't go to convents anymore, but we keep the tradition that these women that devoted themselves to God, they devoted also themselves to the cuisine and to the creation of important recipes, that it's now part of our own national identity that they created 500 and 400 years ago.
我看到葡萄牙的这个蛋挞，它比较小巧，跟我们平常看到的这个大的不太一样。为什么会那么小、那么精致呢？
Well, it's part also of the specification of the process. I mean, they have to plate them. This pastry that is outside, the pastry that is inside, that it's different ones. But we have different sizes, the normal and common size that you just go and eat as a dessert. And sometimes the miniature, the little thing that you just eat with drinking the coffee.
哎，听了这么多的美食啊，这个餐桌的礼仪啊，子谦，你有什么想法吗？
首先第一点，我觉得我已经饿了。
我也是。
第二点，我就是真的明白了一点，就是说那一杯白水的作用。其实以前我是不太清楚它是去区别喝不同酒的时候这种口感。那其实刚才大师也说到了这个蛋挞，我觉得就是可能葡式蛋挞就在我们印象当中是最深刻的，但是葡萄牙真正的蛋挞和中国蛋挞是不一样的。
蛋挞我本人是挺喜欢吃的，然后鳕鱼呢吃的少一些，那么多做法，我就觉得特别1000多种做法，我就觉得，哎呀，特别的震惊。另外，我觉得因为原来我们听说过，比如说爱斯基摩人，他关于血的描写大概有几十种到上百种之多，因为在他们那个世界里，那个是一个特别丰富的一个现象，所以鳕鱼这个，我觉得能体现葡萄牙人对生活的热爱。我的个人感觉是一个特别喜欢吃、爱美食的人，应该运气不会太差，然后也比较乐观，因为那么热爱生活、爱美食，就是特别热爱生活的一种表现啊。
好，那咱聊到这儿了，接下来呢，我们要解读网友们最关心的话题了。来，我们看看大屏幕。好，我们随机呢抽取几个问题来一一的为大家解答。好，第一个问题呢是，哎呀，这个很多我觉得朋友会关心的，就是想去葡萄牙看场足球赛，有哪些球场的气氛比较好？
Well, yeah, there is some football stadiums that are wonderful and a wonderful environment. I would recommend to go to the bigger ones. Because if you are on a football match where people are passionate about their own team and supporting their own team, 100,000 people screaming together for their own team, it's wonderful and it's electrifying. So I would invite and would suggest people to go to Porto Stadium in the city of Porto, where the blue and the dragon is the symbol. Or go, for example, to Benfica Stadium, where the red and the eagle is the symbol of the stadium in Lisbon. Or Sporting Stadium, where the green and white and the lion is the symbol. So these three are the bigger ones, where you have the biggest crowds.
好，谢谢。接下来我们看看第二个问题是什么？这个球赛我们讲过了。葡萄牙斗牛有何特色啊？我们这一般都说是西班牙斗牛，好像更熟悉一点哈。葡萄牙斗牛有什么特色呢
？It's different from Spain. Yeah, it's something that we have at least before the Romans arrived in Portugal. So it has more than 2,000 years as a tradition. The biggest difference that we have from the Spanish to the Portuguese in the bullfights is, first, we don't kill the animal. You go just in Portugal, we have that. You don't have that in Spain. You go in front of the bull, barehanded, with no instruments, for an animal that advances to you and fights to you. Every year there is toreros, Portuguese toreros that are dead in the arena. But, I mean, they face the bull, they jump to the bull, and they have some helpers that they have to fight with an animal of 600 kilos, so it's something powerful, but they have to dominate the bull. And they arrive and 95% of the times they dominate the bull. So, and that's the beautiful thing. This is something very unique in Portugal. So, fighting with an animal, barehanded with no instruments and not killing the animal, respecting the life of the animal as something that it's a noble thing that preserves its dignity by being alive.
是不是觉得这个葡萄牙的斗牛更加文明一些？
就是可能我觉得更加可爱一点，可能都是它就是有一种叫做我觉得还不叫斗牛了，它可以叫做驯服牛的一个过程，
有点像驯牛哈。
对，
因为原来我们感觉斗牛有一点残忍。说实话，我个人也是，我相信大家有很多人也是这样。听您这么一说以后，扭转了很多对斗牛的印象。我觉得这种方法挺好的。
大使先生，听说您有在学中文，可以用中文来向我们中国的电视观众来发出邀请吗？
葡萄牙欢迎您。
好，谢谢啊，也感谢各位收看我们本期的梅青看世界。当然呢，也希望您登录我们的官方微博，留下您最喜欢的国家和您最关心的问题。下周同一时间，我们的节目会更加精彩。感谢我们的大使先生，谢谢。
电视台。